Welcome, this is denome, and in this video I'm going to go over what is the Syndicate event and how you can make the most money on the Syndicate event on crypto.com ecosystem. And in my previous video I showed how you can make more than 20% annualized interest just by using the crypto.com staking to your benefit. But another benefit for the crypto.com staking is the Syndicate event, so that's what I'm going over here. Watch my previous video if you don't know how to get the 20% annualized interest, but let's get into this video. So what is the Syndicate event? It is a special discount coin event that happens every 2 weeks on crypto.com platform, or at least has happened every 2 weeks up to this point. And the next event is in 3 hours 22 minutes, and you can buy Ethereum in 25% discount. And they have previous events here. And if we go over to the FAQ section, this is the interesting part. I will link these resources down below in this video. Here you can see that if you have 10,000 CRO staked, that's about 500 USD currently on the 20% annualized interest on crypto.com ecosystem. You can put another 22,000 CRO for the Syndicate event. If you have 100,000 CRO staked like I have, then you can subscribe to up to 110,000 CRO on this event. And most people will choose the 10,000 CRO stake plus the 22,000 CRO for this Syndicate event. And that's a good way to make money. If you make this, if you can get 1,000 USD worth of discounted Ethereum, you can potentially make up to $333 in 2 days. So that's great, but that's never what happens actually. So in this video, I'm going to go over what is the realistic expectation. So the problem with the Syndicate event is this. They only have 100,000 USD worth of Ethereum in their supply for this event. And what ends up happening is that this event is always oversubscribed. So I did some research here. And if you go over to crypto.com Twitter and use the advanced search function, so you search the word Syndicate has ended and use the crypto.com username, you can see all the previous Syndicate events. So the previous one was Bitcoin Cash. You had a possibility to get 50% off. That was 23 times oversubscribed. Tezos was 18 times oversubscribed, 50% off. Link was again 23 times oversubscribed, and so forth. And I made the calculations here. So what does it mean that it was 23 times oversubscribed? It means that if you had staked the 22,000 CRO, only about 4.35% of that total amount would be used to buy the discounted ETH, and the remaining amount will be refunded to your account. So on average, that's about 4 to 5% per Syndicate event that you are able to actually use from the allocation that you lock in for the 2 days. In terms of 10,000 CRO staked, you can purchase 22,000 CRO like I said earlier. That's about $1,100 US. On average, that's about 1,000 CRO that you can actually use to buy the Syndicate coin. So that's about $50 US. And if you can get the $50 US of the 25% discounted Ethereum and you sell it immediately after the event, your potential gain would be $66.67 US, and your profit would be $16.67 US. It doesn't sound too much, right? But I'm going to go over the interesting part. So if at the beginning of the event you had 1,100 USD, and after the event you had 1,116.67 USD, your profit would be 1.5% for the whole thing. And the calculation is here for if you have 100,000 staked on their platform and use another 110,000. You can watch it here. I'm not going to go over it as easily. But what does it mean if you make 1.5% in 2 days? Well, if you take the monthly return and you are hypothetically able to get 0.5% every single 2 days, your gain after 1 month would be 25%. And if you are able to keep up the speed for 3 more months, you would almost double your account every 3 months. And if we go over to the annualized return, then you would almost 14x your money if you are able to get it every single 2 days. But you are actually able to do this only every 2 weeks with the current movement. So it's still a good annualized return, right? So even if you get only 1.5% for the Syndicate event, it's still a good annualized return. So I think it's beneficial to do this, but you have to decide it on your own if you think it's beneficial or not. So what are the actual risks here? So let's go over back to the FAQ here. So how the Syndicate event works is that at the beginning of the Syndicate event in less than 4 hours, the sale begins and they lock in the price of Ethereum to CRO price. So the actual discount is actually between Ethereum and CRO, not Ethereum and USD. So that makes you your account risk for the price of CRO and the price of Ethereum during this time. But the good thing is that after the acceptance period starts, you are able to accept or reject the offer. So for 2 days, you lock in the CRO, but you can choose to either accept or reject the offer. And when you accept or reject, all the Ethereum and all the CRO will be immediately put back into your account, and you can change it back to USDT or whatever coin you want, or even USD or whatever. So potentially you don't have much risk here because you can choose to use it or not. So you're mostly in risk for the price of CRO in this case. But what are the actual benefits and the good sides of this project is that you can reject offer. So you have the option to buy, you don't have to buy that discounted ETH. And actually your profit can be higher. If the Ethereum price goes up during this event, but the price is fixed here to this price, if the price of Ethereum goes higher, you can actually get more than the 25% off. So that's a potential upside for this event. And what are the potential ways to benefit? You can actually use the Syndicate event like I explained in this video, but another way to make money on this event is by speculation on the price of CRO. So you can try to buy the CRO before the event. So in theory, because you have to use CRO to buy the coin, the demand for CRO on the event day will be higher. So you can buy the CRO before the event and sell it during the event day. And after the event ends, when people are refunded their CRO back, they will sell the CRO back to USDT. So the price of CRO sometimes tanks a little bit after the event because people are selling it, so you can buy it back on 15th and 16th of April. But that's over to the speculation area. But those are the ways I saw and found out that the Syndicate event can work for you. If you go over to the speculation route, just understand that it sometimes works. So during the past 2 events, I didn't see a correlation that the price went down after the event. But in some events earlier, this actually happened. So you were able to benefit from this speculation here. So just consider that and do your research if it works or not for you. And yeah, now you know what are the actual benefit of the Syndicate event, if it's for you or not. Watch my previous video. I explained how you can get the 20% and more annualized return just by staking. This is just a bonus on top of the staking. And what I use currently, what is my strategy with crypto.com, I have the 100,000 CRO staked in this ecosystem, and I use another 100,000 CRO to use the Syndicate event for my benefit. And after the Syndicate event is over, I'll wait for the CRO price to go back a little bit. Then I will sell the CRO, buy another coins, then come back in 2 weeks for another Syndicate event if it's still available. So that way I can climb my position higher after the Syndicate events. That's my plan for it. If you don't have an account on crypto.com, please use my referral code down below, because you can get $50 for free if you go over and get the Ruby card or higher on the crypto.com platform. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, because I make really good videos, I think. If you think so too, please put the thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video.